The night was quiet Iyun when the Cassie finally broke. The village, once heavy with whispers of fear, now breathed with relief. The men who had fallen into ruin found peace in their graves. Those still alive could not reclaim their lost glory, but their hearts finally rested. The women who had wept silently lifted their faces to the sky. He breathed freely again. The air seemed lighter, as if a heavy hand had been lifted from the land. But Kara's steps were not light. Her beads, once glowing and clicking Nike chains, now hung dull and lifeless around her waist. They no longer held power, no longer whispered in the night, yet they clung to her as a reminder of what had been. She felt empty, as though a part of her soul had been carried away with the Cassie. And so, with weary eyes and a heart full of questions, Kara turned her face toward her homeland, the place where her story had begun. The path was long, lined with tall grasses swaying like silent witnesses. Her bare feet stirred the dust, each step carrying her closer to a memory she had tried to forget. At last, she reached the gate of her father's compound. Once, this place had been filled with laughter and pride. Now, each lay in silence, heavy with guilt. Her mother was the first to see her. The woman cried out, rushing forward with trembling arms. She fell at Kara's feet, clutching her legs, tears streamed down her cheeks. Kara, she wept. Forgive us, child of my womb. We carried a sin that was never yours to bear. Her father came slowly from the hatch, his proud shoulders bent low with shame. His voice was cracked, heavy with years of silence. My daughter, he said, bowing his head. I mocked the gods. I spat upon the spirits. I thought myself greater than them. The debt was written upon you. You carried my chains though your hands were clean. Forgive me. That night, Kara sat between her parents as the fire flickered before them. The silence was deep until her father spoke, his voice trembling. Before you were born, the rains failed. Hunger filled the land. The elders called on the spirits, but I mocked them. I said, what are the spirits to armor with strong hands and a sharp spear? The spirits answered with silence. Then your mother dreamed that my pride would not die with me, but would be born through her womb. You were that child, beautiful, yet bound. The beads on your waist were not ornaments, Kara. They were chains the weight of my sin. Kara listened, her heart breaking. She remembered the fallen men, the fear Iyun, the whispers that followed her, all because of a Cassie she never chose. Her mother clasped her hands, tears shining in her eyes. Daughter, we should have spoken long ago, but shame sealed our lips. We hid the truth, and you carried the burden in silence. Forgive us, Kara, forgive us, so the Cassie may finally end. At dawn, they went to the sacred grove, where the great Iroko tree reached into the sky. Offerings were laid at its roots, a white goat, palm oil, cola nuts, and calabashes of wine. The village priest stood waiting, his voice steady though his eyes were clouded with age. He looked upon Kara, then her parents. The debt of pride is heavy, he said, but today each can be lifted. The spirits did not hate you, Kara. They pitied you. They waited for truth to be spoken, for pride to bow its head. He drew circles in the dust, leaking them Nike chains. He raised his staff to the heavens. He called upon the gods of sky, earth, and river. O spirits, hear us. The father has confessed. The mother has wept. The child has carried a debt that was not hers. Today, let this chain be broken. Let no seed of this family bear this Cassie again. The wind rose suddenly, shaking the branches of the Iroko. The goat cried once he fell silent. Then, the beads around Kara's waist shattered, breaking apart like shells and falling into the dust. The grove was still. Her father dropped to his knees, tears streaming. Daughter, forgive me. My pride became your suffering. Kara bent, touching his shoulders gently. Father, I forgive you. The Cassie has ended. Let us live not in shame, but in wisdom. Her mother embraced her, her voice trembling. Kara, you are free. No shadow will follow you. Your children will not carry this weight. And for the first time, Kara felt light. Her waist was bare, her body shined. Her beauty was no longer a weapon, no longer a Cassie. It was hers, and hers alone. From that day, her story was told across the land, not as a tale of fear, but of warning. Do not mock the gods. Do not let pride blind you. The debts of one can become the burden of man. Yet truth, humility, and forgiveness can heal even the deepest wound. And so Kara walked once more into the forest, the same path where the Cassie had bound her life. Only this time, she walked free. No beads clicked at her waist. No whispers followed her. The forest air was cool, and the sun touched her skin gently. She was no longer the cursed daughter of Iyun, she was simply Kara, woman, forgiven and free.